Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Sean Huggins and this is the Owls with Hugs. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I, an American, am going to be checking out 7 things not to say in England if you're American. From Lost in the Pond, link to the original video down in the description as always. But I saw this and I was like, ooh, this is curious. What am I not supposed to be saying in England if I'm an American? I have no bloody idea, but we're gonna find out together, so let's hop straight into it.
We've all committed embarrassing faux pas. I once asked Karen Gillan whether she preferred the name Amelia or Gingerface.
Huh?
She cried in a cupboard for 3 hours. I won't ever let her play down that
What?
faux pas. But if you're an American visiting England, there are some, shall we say, Americanisms you may just want to keep to yourself unless you have no shame, like me. So here, without further ado, are...
I definitely don't have much shame, so I don't know. This could be a bad list.
7 things
Let's
not
see.
to say in England if you're American. To blow someone off.
Okay. Well, okay. You know what? Okay, I never thought about it like that. You know what? You know what, dude? English guy out there? Fair play, as you would say. Fair play to you for that one. That's a good one.
In America, despite overwhelming odds to the contrary, this phrase does not mean... I'm trying to think of a suitable euphemism. It doesn't mean fellatio.
Oh, that's funny. It's true, but this is a good point. I can see the confusion here, and yeah, I never even thought about that, but that's hilarious.
Rather, it means a failure to keep an appointment with someone.
Yeah.
So imagine my surprise when one of my friends lamented that his dad kept blowing him off. Was Indiana living up to its stereotype? Was it indeed the incest capital of America?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Indiana is not the incest capital of America. That would be Alabama or West Virginia or half of the other states. Anyways.
No, I just have a really dirty mind. Which probably accounts for my confusion over the next entry. Whatever you do, America, don't use this phrase around British people.
Dude, dang, I never thought about this. Double fisting. Okay, that's another good one.
Or, you know,
That's another good one.
I mean, in what universe does this phrase not sound unequivocally filthy? In America, obviously, where the phrase double fisting unfathomably means to carry and consume 2 drinks simultaneously.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, to the rest of us, it just means shoving 2 fists up your fanny pack. Oh,
Fanny pack.
Okay, it's been said many times, right? But fanny has 2 very distinct and yet equally biological meanings on either side of the pond.
Yeah.
While both countries can probably agree that this travel accessory is the worst fashion faux pas since shoulder pads, the 2 can't agree on what the accessory should be called. The American term fanny pack has long been the source of amusement in England, where the word
That's
fanny
fair.
means a lady's part. For our part, no pun intended, the British call it a bum bag. You know, bum meaning, just as fanny does in America, your arse.
Aha. Dude, this is awesome. I like this. I never would have even thought about any of these things, but this is great.
And so with all this talk of human orifices, now might be the perfect time to hit up our next entry. That was intended. Actually, Wednesday might be a better time to hit up this next entry because...
Okay, this one is pretty obvious. I know where hump day comes from. Wednesday is the middle point, the hump of the week. But yeah, we also make jokes about this. But this is still a good one.
Because Wednesday and Hump Day to Americans are one and the same.
Yeah.
The story goes that Hump Day, coined in 1965, is a friendly term suggesting Americans are past the hump of the earlier week, but to Brits it just sounds like an excuse to have some rumpy-pumpy. Okay, I have to admit, there's no actual evidence to suggest that this one is exclusive
Whoa, rim shot. Oh boy.
to America. But what I can say is this, I first heard it in America, so that's good enough for me.
That's fine.
Now, officially Americans, and potentially others, use the term rim shot to mean that bum thing that people say when somebody's told a terrible pun. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and explain to you why I think the word sounds really coarse. Just go and Google words that sound like rim shot and then clear your history immediately. Oh, America, it's time you and I have
To pet the dog. Okay, now this one I don't understand. This is the first one I can't see the correlation here. What's going on here?
Had a sit down and talked about the verb to pet. So a long time ago, in a country far, far away, England, public swimming baths throughout the land added one very crucial but very silly directive to their fascist agenda. No petting in the pool, mate. Don't know why it was in that accent, but it was. Yeah, no petting in the pool. This was a distinctly 1950s way of saying, please refrain from putting your tongue in that person's throat.
Oh, good heavens. Heavens to Betsy.
What? So, if you ask an English person, can I pet your dog? You're asking them, can I give it a romantic kiss? No dog owner on the planet would be okay with that.
Really? Dude. Wow, I'm glad I've never been to England because I would have definitely asked to pet someone's dog, and that would have been embarrassing.
Would he? Call the Yorkshire authorities. Yeah. Instead, we would say, can I stroke the dog? That sounds worse.
Okay. Now, see, if the roles are reversed, if you come to America and you say, can I stroke your dog? That's going to flip it around. And now we're in the same situation, just reversed. Which is hilarious.
So sometimes it's not just actual words that can land us in hot water. While it's perfectly acceptable in Britain to strike a pose similar to former Prime Minister and part-time supermodel Winston Churchill, be sure that you do have your hand the right way round. Okay, so don't do that because that means flipping somebody off just with two fingers. It's kind of like double fisting in a way.
You can only do it like this? If you flip it around, it's bad? What? So all the gangsters that are like, dang, this whole time I had no idea. Hey, put those things away. I'm offended. Put those away.
Fingers. Funny story, actually. I remember this one time when a female friend of mine did this to indicate girl power. Like the Spice Girls. I think she was being ironic. Unless you're doing it to the management that gave us the Spice Girls, then it's okay. Just, either way, don't do this to the British people because they will be completely and utterly a little bit miffed. That's all for this episode of Lost in the...
Wow, okay. Dude, first of all, I've had my eyes opened on a couple of things that we do here in America. But second of all, I realized that in the UK, you guys got some very different meaning for different phrases than us. And it's pretty funny. This was a good video, though. I liked it. But I'm curious what you guys have to say about it. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. And when you're done there, consider subscribing, leaving a like, all of that good stuff. It helps the algorithm, which helps the channel, and is very much appreciated. But that being said, that's all the time that I have for today. So thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.